Questions?
Yeah, Mr.
Senator
Chairman.
Recto?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Based on the earlier testimony of Attorney Estanillo Marcel, you mentioned, very quick lang, Mr. Chairman, you mentioned that there's a $22 million, $42 million that entered the account of William Go. Is that correct?
The total, sir, that entered this account is about $66 million total, yes.
Okay.
22 of which was February 5, and February 9 was about 42, sir.
22 plus 44, 42, yeah, 66.
Ay, kaya ko yung math.
Okay.
66.
What happened to the 15? Kasi
The
80 dapat
15,
yun eh.
yes, sir. The 15 went to another account.
So, hindi lahat pumasok kay
No,
William
sir.
Go?
There were others, yes. No.
Okay, because during the last testimony, it would have appeared that 81 or 80 went to William Go.
No,
So,
sir.
hindi, 66 lang.
66, yes.
Could you divulge to the committee where the balance of 15 went?
No, sir. As I said, I would be very happy, as you've seen how open our bank is, to explain what happened. But because of bank secrecy, I cannot discuss that detail.
Okay. So,
Though I think, sir, in the previous hearing, there was a discussion as to where the $15 million went.
okay. Could AMLA let us know? Is it possible for
Yes,
AMLA to let us know?
I'm sure they would be able to, sir.
Yes, Ms. Abad?
Good afternoon, Your Honors. I think during the last hearing, I already mentioned that around 15,215,977.26 US dollars was withdrawn from the account of Vasquez, which was deposited to the account of Philrem, Your Honor.
Okay, so para maliwanag lang, there were 4 accounts in February 5 of RCBC. It would appear 3 of which went into William Go. 66.
Well, I cannot discuss the details as
Yeah.
to the accounts that it came
Yeah.
from, but $66 million went into
to
Mr.
William.
Go's account,
Okay,
yes.
and then 15 coming from the Vasquez account went to the Philrem
Yes, sir.
account. Okay. And then the 66 eventually found its way to the Philrem account.
Found its way to another account, sir, yes. I am unable to discuss, but I believe AMLC would be in a...
No, walang problema yung William Go eh. You already discussed the William Go account.
If I have a waiver, sir, I could clearly, yeah.
Because going to Philrem.
If I have a waiver from this vote,
so
sir, I could
William,
discuss
from William
the
Go's
details.
account, a portion went to Philrem and others. So maybe the AMLA could let us know.
AMLAC could say, sir, but from the last hearing, if I'm, well,
Yeah.
Attorney Abad
Yeah,
would be
Attorney Abad,
in a
yeah,
better
maybe I should
position.
address my question to Attorney Abad. Para kompleto yung flow, yung money flow dito. No? Attorney Abad, would you confirm that 52 million went to the Philrem account from the William Go account of 66?
Your Honor, I don't have the total, but I just gave the specific amounts that were withdrawn and eventually transferred to
Ito yung
Philrem accounts.
14.2, 0.5 million, 20 million, 17.986 million. Tama ba yun?
Your Honor, I have here, first on February 5, there was, yes, there was one 14,200,000 US dollars, and there's another $500,000.
And then
And
$20
then-
million in February 9?
On February 9, there was one 20 million US dollars and another 13 million US dollars, Your Honor.
Okay. Was there, from William Go's account, did it enter any other account? Yung balance? Kasi 52 na yung pumunta sa Philrem eh.
At the end of the day, Your Honor, the entire 80.8 million US dollars went to the account of Philrem, Your Honor.
Okay. But in between, was there any other company named Beacon? Aba Currency?
Let me just check my notes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I add something? I forgot to...
Yes, Ms. Estavillo.
I forgot to give, thank you, Your Honor, to give a very important piece of the discussion. When we met with Mr. Go, he brought with him his letter. He sent us a letter demanding us to explain why the accounts were forged. And honestly, when we were reviewing the accounts, we could not understand why he had an old peso account and he had a new dollar account opened on February 5. And we asked him, why do you have a dollar account, sir? Why do you think? And he told us, and this is what I recall from our discussion, sir. No, the dollar account was the new one on February 5. And he said that the reason why that dollar account was opened was because Maia De Guito told him that I believe Philrem required a company from which they would get the dollars from. That's what he told me. So I don't know anything more than that, but just for your records, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, again, will you repeat that last statement?
Marcel,
Attorney
please repeat
the last statement. Anong sagot ni Mr.
What?
Go?
Because we don't understand why he had a dollar account opened on February 5. Or why there was a William Go dollar account opened on February 5. And we asked him, and he said that when he asked that same thing to Ms. Maia De Guito, Ms. Maia De Guito told him that Philrem required a company. And because he is William Go doing business as Century Tex, then that dollar account was required.
Mr. Chair, just to clarify, that's the same account that you said the signatures were forged?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, if it's not his account and it's forged, why is he answering na kailangan yun?
Because, Your Honor,
So
the story that he gave in the last hearing was that he met with Ms. De Guito on February 22 or 23, and Ms. De Guito apologized to him for opening the accounts. And they had a discussion, but for our purposes, we asked him, why do you have a dollar account that was just opened? Why do you think that there was a dollar account opened in your name? I have too many people talking here. A dollar account opened in your name on February 5. Why? And that was his explanation that Maia De Guito
Yes.
told him.
Mr. Chair, I'm just pointing out it's inconsistent with the theory that the accounts were forged and it's not his. Because if you called him and said, sa'yo ba yung account, hindi forged yon,
Yes, Your Honor.
wala siyang dahilan kung bakit inopen.
No, Your Honor. He did not open the account on February
Yes,
5.
but he was explaining to you why it was open.
He
So
told
knew
us,
about it.
no, Your Honor, he told us that on February 22 or 23, he was first informed about
Okay.
the dollar account that was opened in his name
15 days
on
later.
February
Okay.
5. So
I'm
that's,
clarified.
yes.
Okay.
And when he was talking to Maia De Guito told him that that dollar account was opened on February 5 because Philrem required a company. And Century Tex, not a company, but doing business as, William Go doing business as Century Tex was the account that was opened, Your Honor. That's what he told us.
The dates are important because
Yes.
if hindi, magkakaiba yung
So
theory.
the dollar account in the name of William Go was opened February 5, and he met and learned of that dollar account for the first time, met with Maia De Guito and learned of that dollar account on February 22 or 23. Thank you, Your Honor.
No, I'm just waiting for the answer.
Yes, Senator Recto had a question. Ms. Julia Bacayabad?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, when we conducted our initial investigation, we stumbled upon entities by the name of ABA Currency and Beacon. And it would appear that there was a transfer to the account of ABA Currency in the amount of 13 million on February 9, which eventually was transferred to Beacon on the same day in the amount of 3 million, while the remaining 10 million was remitted to or transferred to Philrem. Beacon subsequently also remitted or transferred the amount of 3 million on February 11 to Philrem's account. However, we haven't identified the source of that money that was deposited to ABA Currency and Beacon, Your Honor, because we haven't opened the account of ABA Currency and Beacon. Which I just base this findings on the database that we have at the office, Your Honor.
Thank you. And finally, so what is clear here, there were 4 accounts in RCBC where the 81 million entered. Not all of that went to the William Go account, only 66 of which eventually found its way to Philrem. And then there is another account of the 4 that did not go through the William Go account and went straight to Philrem.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so everything went to Philrem eventually.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. I have other questions at the appropriate time, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.